Haida Gwaii, the crown jewel of British Columbia, located 50 kilometers off the coast. These remote islands are a fusion of the past and present dating back over 13,000 years. In my previous video, Cycling Vancouver Island, I had boarded a ferry in Port Hardy at the northern end of Vancouver Island. After sailing on BC ferries for 26 hours, I had arrived in Haida Gwaii, the port of Skidegate. If you are a returning viewer, then welcome home. I began cycling north following the coastline the next day. I could see seals laying on the rocks just off the edge of the beach, and eagles were soaring overhead every time I looked up. This experience is so much better than driving in a car.
I'm in Port Clements right now, and it's just a small village. There's not really much going on here. It's more forestry oriented rather than fishing, it seems, but there's an old, they've got an outdoor museum here, so I was able to just kind of wander around through that. I enjoy that type of a thing, and I used to work in forestry, so there's an old steam donkey and some equipment here, but pretty quiet. Tide's out right now. There's no shorebirds or anything like that that are of interest. Maybe I'll come back this afternoon if there's no showers. I'm just kind of keep peeling my gear off and putting it back on. It's just Haida Gwaii, it's just on and off. But nice town, little general store here. It's going to be pricey compared to Masset. So it's I bought a piece of cherry cheesecake, one slice, $14. And I was so hungry, I just devoured that thing and paid the bill.
I camped in Port Clements for a few nights, and during my stay, I did find time to have dinner at the local pub. It was a nice place to relax while waiting for the rains to clear, but it was time to push on further north.
All I tend to is think of you. Was it easier to pack your bags and put that flight to Paris?
When I arrived in the village of Masset, I camped on the edge of the estuary where I saw bears eating the lush green grass and sandhill cranes pecking away at whatever food they could scavenge. The area is full of life, and I enjoyed cycling around the walking trails in the area.
Trains have pulled away from local stations in decay. It's I who waits, it's you late again. And did you think of me when you made love to him? Was it the same as us? Was it different? It might.
Down the road from Masset is the village of Old Masset, which is known for its impressive display of totem poles. I stopped in at the Big House workshop to see the new canoe that was being carved. There was also a new totem pole in the workshop which was yet to be raised. I believe the new canoe was to be launched on August the 24th. They also have several older canoes which you can see in the background. These were carved in the 1980s.
Well, today I'm off to a place called Agate Beach. It's about it's 25 kilometers from Masset, and what I'm told is it's going to be a mixture of pavement and gravel, and everything seems to be flat out here. So it's going to be a really easy ride. I loaded the bicycle up with 2 days of food, and at that point, I guess I'll have to turn around and come back. So easy riding. Looking forward to it.
While I was inspecting the boat wreckage, I noticed 3 people in the distance with their truck on the edge of the surf. I went to visit them and learned that they were digging for razor clams. I introduced myself to Marcel, Russell, and a third digger whose name unfortunately I can't remember. The technique they were using was to stomp their feet as they walked and just wait for the razor clams to appear, then start digging. They told me that they fry them up and they taste delicious.
This is Agate Beach. I just arrived here today. It's about 25 kilometers sort of northeast of Masset, and my campground is actually just 1 kilometer in that direction. So excited to get here. I dropped my panniers when I set up my tent and cycled out here. It's just a quick little ride, maybe like 1.5 kilometers. And this is honestly like probably one of the nicest beaches I've ever been to. It's not a place for swimming, but just to walk around, explore the rock formations, and there's a blowhole here, which I'm sure maybe you can even hear it right now. And it's just absolutely spectacular to watch it, and just having all the water come spraying at you, and it's amazing. And I'm going to stay here probably for 2 days, because there's quite a bit of actual trails to go hiking around. And right behind me is it's called Toe Hill, and I think it's about I don't know, like a 800, not 800 meter, but maybe a 10-minute walk to the top, depending on your speed. So I'll probably be doing that tomorrow as well, and just enjoying myself on the beach. Like, I don't know if I want to leave this place. I only got like 2 days of food, so I will have to go back to Masset, but maybe I'll come back for a second trip. So good times.
When it comes to bear safety, I always hang my food in a tree to avoid any visits from bears while I'm camping, and so far, I've had no visitors. I did have one exception though in dodging geese. I had parked my bicycle in the estuary to go for a short hike. When I returned, this small bear was climbing on my bicycle and in my pannier found my lens bag and began playing with it. All I could do was smile and hope nothing got broken. After exploring the north, I took a quick ferry ride to the southern port of Alaford Bay and cycled to the village of Sandspit. The pavement would quickly turn to gravel and I followed the quiet roads to Grey Bay to set up camp.
I've arrived in Grey Bay. It's been a great day, 25 kilometers of gravel road today, and it was raining for a bulk of it. So once again, my bike's caked in mud and so are my legs, but that's just part of the deal. So tomorrow I'm going to a place called Camp Moresby, and it's right on the ocean again. Apparently there's lots of, sometimes you can see whales from there. I don't know if it'd be that fortunate if I could see them from shore, but I'm crossing my fingers. So Grey Bay tonight, I believe I'm the only person here. I haven't seen any of the other campsites occupied, so unless things change in the next few hours, it's a one-man party. So yeah, nice ride in here, and the weather's holding out. Looking behind me, I got blue skies. I haven't seen blue skies for 3 weeks since I left Vancouver Island, so it's yeah, it's awesome. My stuff's finally gonna dry out.
Grey Bay was full of life. Walking along it for sunset was a treat, and the jellyfish were in abundance and they looked like gummy worms. Upon closer look, they are remarkable. I arrived at Moresby Camp for my lunch. It was a windy afternoon and I unfortunately saw no whales. There were plenty of tour boats, however, and I'm sure if you had taken one, they would have guided you straight to Moby Dick. I decided to double back to Mosquito Lake to set up my camp that night, as it was less windy and much more scenic. After 3 weeks of exploring Haida Gwaii, it was time to say goodbye. Summer was approaching now, and I had other roads that lay ahead of me. I will return someday, and that's a guarantee.